to, well, let me see here. There we go. Welcome everyone to another night of combat tested gaming. Tonight we have the Madden League semifinals, or the conference championships, and the Super Bowl following not long after that. We do have the first game already kicking off, and that is going to be the Armadillos, the Austin Armadillos, which in the game is really the Dallas Cowboys, up against the Seattle Seahawks. And then we also have for the AFC Championship, we have the Dragons, which in the game are really the Kansas City Chiefs, up against the Browns. So what's going to happen is we're going to be watching both these games. We're going to bounce between each of them as they are ongoing so that everyone has a chance to watch what's going on. If the game performs properly, there should even be a ticker. So if we're in one game and something super cool is going on in another one, we should be able to see that and be able to jump over and be good to go on that front. Afterwards, we'll have a little bit of an intermission, and then we'll go into the Super Bowl for whoever won in each of these conference championships. But also, a big thank you to CTG. Combat Tested Gaming is a gaming community of veterans and active duty service members, and it's hosted by the KC crew and the VFW. So if you or a loved one, friend, neighbor is a veteran or an active duty service member and you like playing video games or just want to connect with other veterans, go ahead, follow the Discord link, or go online to the link that you see kind of like right there, vfw.org/gaming, and give it a join. It's a great community and an awesome time. But we're going to go ahead and jump over to the games right now. We do already have the Seattle Seahawks against the Austin Armadillos, and we'll go ahead and see what they are up to. So right now we are watching, I believe it is, who is it? Who has possession here? We've got the Armadillos, right? And we are going to be watching this game from the perspective of the Armadillo coach. And that's going to be Navfather13, if you are familiar with him playing in Call of Duty and also his stream, right? So, oh, I'm sorry. This is actually, yeah. All right, so a good pass outside, does go down, doesn't quite get the first down. And we do get a little bit of the streamer's voice as well. So definitely a little bit of frustration there from the Armadillos coach. All right, we're going to go ahead and see here as the Seahawks going downfield are going to be getting that first down. And luckily we do see, okay, so as we're getting kind of our bearings, the game did just occur, so I'm sorry that we did miss the initial kickoff. But we're already a couple minutes or about a minute and a half into this first quarter. And both of these teams, very, very strong teams. I kind of missed it on the bracket, but we'll bring it back up here in a little bit as there's timeouts and opportunities for us to look at how these teams did throughout the season and the playoffs that got them here. All right, so we do have a run going outside. You can see the player controls there, just missing a little bit with the D lineman, but the Seahawks getting 9 yards on the carry. And if you want some actual football commentation, you know, you can always just ignore me and listen to the game itself, which is doing its own commentation. Also, you know, I am monitoring the chat, so go ahead and jump in the chat if you have any questions, concerns, what's going on. We'll be good to go. All right, so we do see a nice hit. That is going to bring them a loss, right? Bringing it to 3rd and 4. Now, I'm wondering if we're going to be seeing a little bit more running kind of going on here. We got a little bit of a good zone defense. Don't know if they're going to just go for the first down or go deep. We do have a receiver right there in the middle of the field, but it wasn't noticed. But does go outside and just gains 1 yard on the carry. So here we go with 4th down. And it does look like they are going for the field goal. Now, I don't know about any of you guys, but anyone that's played Madden back in the day, I know I used to always fake. Oh, it is going to go a little bit wide, and that is going to be transitioned over to the Armadillos. So we'll go ahead and see a couple of plays there, and we'll go ahead and give it a check as well as to if the other game has kicked off. I know down here we do have the ticker, right, between the Dragons and the Browns, and I'm sure that we'll see progress kind of make its way through our news feed. Ooh, pass just goes a little bit out of reach. 2nd and 10. And we do have a little bit of buffering from the stream. There we go.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory.
All right, so here we go. We are just now watching the Austin Armadillos press midfield. Now I'm see if he's going to go for. See, I was actually thinking he was going to go for the closer receiver there, the one where you know, the X receiver. Did end up taking it a little bit farther. We have an unnecessary roughness penalty on the Seahawks. Now he is going to be accepting that. Ooh, but he did have a player go down to an injury. You know, if you're unfamiliar with Madden and generally how this goes, it's very realistic. You have to train these players, they gain attributes over time, and sometimes they get hurt. Gonna get a couple yards here, 2nd and 8. Definitely an opportunity where I can see the Armadillos getting a field goal off, you know, at a minimum.
And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Ooh, there we go. But number 21 on the Seahawks had a good read on that. Was able to bring him down, 3rd and 9. You know, biggest risk here being probably an interception, but a quick shot off to the right is going to see a few yards, but not a first down. I'd imagine we'll probably see a field goal here. But like I said, video game football is always a little bit different than real life football, especially when it comes to some of the shenanigans. Getting some good clicks there. It's going to go up. This is going to be a good field goal, putting the Austin Armadillos on the scoreboard. 3-0. Now we do have another injury on the game. Outside linebacker, and that occurred kind of, I believe, probably on the play where that right side pass took place, that screen. All right, kickoff going deep. Decides not to return. And we are approaching, you know, only 24 seconds from the end of the first quarter. So, Austin Armadillos, you know, giving that kickoff and being the first one on the board is definitely going to be an advantage right here. Seahawks need to try to get on the board here as soon as possible. Ooh, pretty good run though. I mean, got a little bit tangled up there in the line. Ended up not gaining anything, but I think that did show an opportunity where the offensive line is performing pretty well and creating holes, especially on that left side. So let's see if Seattle can make something happen. That is the end of the first quarter. And that is going to be our cue. I think what I want to do now is I want to check in and see if the other game is kicked off, and it has. We'll go ahead and see how the Browns versus the Rio de Janeiro Dragons are doing. Now, still in the first quarter, a minute remaining, just a little bit behind our other game. And the Rio de Janeiro Dragons, also known as the Kansas City Chiefs, are up 7-0. But the Browns do have possession, and they seem to be working their way down the field. Run on the outside, has space to move, and does get the first down. This is getting the Browns into danger territory. And the players have relocated their team, their Browns team, to San Antonio. So a little bit different than the Cleveland Browns that most football fans would probably be aware of. All right, here we go. Ooh, similar play, but this time the Dragons had their defense definitely prepared for it. You saw them kind of forming that pocket, you know, going around the outside and containing a lot better than they did the play before. And we're going to see the end of the first quarter. We're going to go ahead and watch probably most of the second quarter for the Dragons-Browns game, just to make sure you know, we're showing equal love to each of these games. I also do want to double check real quick as we have the quarters change on the seedings here, right? So like as you're looking, we're looking at a Dragons and Browns, which are seeded 3 and 5th in the AFC. And so right now I would say probably the Dragons favored in this competition, and also being reflected on the scoreboard. And then for the NFC, we have the number 1 seeded Armadillos against the number 2 seeded Seahawks. And you can see in their games previously some of the blowout matches they had. The Dragons coming off a 42-7 victory. The Browns coming off a 50-39 offensive just slugfest. And then the Armadillos and the Seahawks having similar stories on their sides of the field, or in their conferences as well. So we'll take it back to the game. I just wanted to bring that up and show it to you so that everyone was on the same understanding of how these teams had gotten here and how they were doing. All right, so also just for a little bit of awareness, this is Show 'Em No Love. This is the Dragons player, I believe, and you want to show him some support on his stream, then this is where to do it. And we did unfortunately just miss a Browns touchdown. So right now we have a tied up game right at the beginning of the second quarter, 7-7, with a kickoff to the Rio de Janeiro Dragons. Also, let me know if the audio is coming through a little weak. We have a lot of audio settings here. We have the streamer's audio, and then the audio adjustment here, and then my internal adjustments. So let me know if you can hear the game all right. Or if you can hear me all right and everything. We'll make sure it's all corrected. All right, here we go. Rio de Janeiro Dragons. Does look like a run right up the middle, if I am correct. Oh, does get some great ground. And you could also see as well with that play, there was also an opportunity right up the middle. He kind of went off to the right-hand side, right? The 2 or 4 hole for those, you know, that kind of use those as descriptions if you played football in high school or college. And we're probably going to see something similar again. But some audibles, right? Seeing something in the defense. Ooh. Now, where I saw an opportunity in the middle, it appears that the Dragons did as well. And that wasn't as pronounced this time, as the Browns definitely adjusted their defense, but it was enough to get that first down. Thanks, Lynn, for the feedback. Glad you can hear it all right, as we are going into the AFC and NFC championships. Here we go. A little bit of a fake, which is good, right? Got the AI all used to those run plays. You can kind of hear the streamer as well. You can hear Show 'Em No Love. He definitely stepped out of bounds just a little too early. He had some room to go, but that's all right. 2nd and 3 is a good spot to be. And right in the middle, just dumps it off. Got a dead-eye bullet pass and is tearing downfield. Now, I would be curious to see, you know, I don't think it's worth, you know, I mean, the players probably have a better feel for it than us just sitting here watching. But ideally, if the Rio de Janeiro Dragons can really burn down the clock while maintaining forward progress, there's only 3 minutes left, right? It's like if we can do these running plays, keep that clock going, and get an average of about 3 yards a carry, just like we saw there with a 2nd and 7, then the Browns won't be able to come back after they score. So we'll see if that's the case. Ooh, right up the middle again. Is going to get another carry, bringing it to a 3rd and 1. A lot of bruised knees coming from the Browns. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar with Madden, and I might even be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure, depending on the settings that you have, that a lot of injuries and training of the players carries from game to game. So if you have a bunch of tired players, then their injury likelihood and things like that kind of go up. So we are seeing the end of the season. So you're seeing a lot of players that may be a little bit banged up from the season leading up to this point.
I'm sorry.
All right, here comes the Dragons. Going up the middle again. This time defense jumped on it a little bit more. But that is still going to give a 1st and 10. First down for the Rio de Janeiro Dragons. You can see there in the replay too, right? Like all those defensive
Yeah, we don't have
backs were right there. Okay, here we go. Whatever yellow means, it's happening. Here we go, run. Ooh, no, faked me out, X. X is right there. He shoots it over. Oh! Fantastic play. Set up for another touchdown on this next play, but I'm also kind of curious. It almost looked like he stepped out of bounds. We'll see here on this replay. Boom, boom. Oh, nope. Just barely did it. That was a phenomenal play by the Rio de Janeiro Dragons. Coming up to only 2 minutes remaining. 2-minute warning. And this is exactly kind of what I was hoping would happen for, you know, what I was hoping to see that the Dragons would do. Killing that time when they were having such confident ability to move the ball forward, right? So that ball was moving forward. They were getting progress every play. And this is just going to be a situation where they're up by a full touchdown, potentially, with very little time for the Browns to actually come back in the next reception. So let's go ahead and see what happens here. I'd imagine a lot of running plays, maybe a dump pass. But honestly, an interception would be the worst thing that can happen to them. And with Madden the way it is, it happens.
I just got a delay game.
So, delay of game. Don't know if Show 'em Love is listening to me. He might have this stream on. Who knows? Show him no love. But get it. Delay of game. All right, so moves back just a little bit. All right, good. Good play by the Dragons. So that is going to bring them back to about where they were. And still second and goal. And you can see now that they're kind of... the game has options for you to kind of run these rush, like 2-minute kind of, you know, end of the quarter progress. Or, I'm sorry, like back-to-back-to-back runs. So let's see. We got a little bit... Looks like he's checking his options right now.
I want to run a run first. And then I'll come back with the screen.
From what he's saying, sounds like run screen. Let's see what he does. Oh, right up the middle again. That was the same play that got him here.
I'm not, no, I took
that did the trick right there. Just enough. So, that was very good. That was very good.
Now I got to make him put the ball in the air for a minute.
All right, cool, cool. So, Rio de Janeiro Dragons scoring a second touchdown for this game. Going for the extra point here.
Oh my God, I fucking missed it. God, dude. Oh my God, I'm going to miss an extra point.
Okay, it went in. Good to go. But you could hear there that the Rio de Janeiro coach was a little bit concerned. Let's go ahead and check back in on our Seahawks Armadillos game. Right now, we do have the Armadillos up 10-7 and only 7 seconds remaining in the second quarter, and the possession is in the Armadillos. So, the Armadillos looking to score with this potentially last play of the quarter. Calls the timeout immediately. Gets the timeout. Has 2 seconds to get an additional touchdown, which would be absolutely huge for the Armadillos. Okay, so it does look like instead he's opting for a field goal, which is probably the safer bet, ensuring an additional 3 points. So that's going to put the Armadillos up by 6 going into the second half against the Seahawks. So we see Armadillos just kind of squaring away their next half stats. Let's go ahead and go back while we're dealing with the halftime and the kickoff. Well, actually, I take that back. Let's go ahead and check the kickoff here. So it is the Armadillos that's receiving too. So they went into that half getting that second touchdown, and then they're still receiving the ball. The Seahawks are in a rough spot right now. They still opted to kick it deep. Now, did get a good return, bringing it back all the way to about the 25. So, I'm really liking where the Armadillos are sitting here in this game.
Offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And I think
All right. We have A open. Yep. He saw the same, but the pass went a little bit wide. That's okay. It's going to bring him 2nd and 10. And, you know, the difference between like a real football game and these Madden games and with the scoring is the sheer lower amount of time that you have to play, right? So when you only have like 6-minute quarters, you need to make every drive count. So just a couple yards gained there by the Armadillos. Was a run again. Couple more yards. Now this is killing the clock a little bit, but it's down to 4th down. I don't see a world where he doesn't punt here. So he's going to try to punt to the right side.
Maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the 1st down.
Ooh, that's a little player attempt there. And you can see that the computer was able to get the tackle after a short return by the Seahawks, but pretty good return. All right, so at about the 40-yard line, Seahawks kicking it off with a run, and whoa, that was like some serious hit stick coming from the Armadillos. Takes that player down. 2 and 7, 2nd and 7. All right, seeing a little bit of a shift to the right. That was probably a correct move there by the Armadillos. As the Seahawks continue to run to the right. Potential blitz here. Player-controlled middle linebacker. Does drop back for the zone, actually. And, ooh, intercepted! Oh, my gosh! Jones is going. I don't think he's going to make it all the way, but that was one heck of a return. Turns out that punt into an interception is the best way for the Armadillos to get downfield. Great play by the Armadillos. And that was like somewhat double coverage too, because we were watching the player, right? That, you know, you can tell by the circle and the star underneath. He was controlling the middle linebacker right behind that backer. Ooh, fake run. Ooh, B. Nope, not anymore. X. Hard pass X. Nope, gets sacked. Gonna bring it to 2nd and 18.
So 2nd and long, and gotta be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Yeah, but just like the commentators are saying, like, still safe with regard to field goal range. Seahawks defense swatting it away. That was player executed. Great job. And so now we're in a 3rd and 18 situation. I can see, honestly, I don't know, what would I do? It does look like he goes shotgun, likely a long pass. But I wouldn't be mad about a run here and just go for the field goal. Because the nice thing right now, like a field goal would bring you to 16. And that is a great spot to be against a score of 7 in the sense that a full touchdown still wouldn't catch you up completely, right? And so now where we're sitting at 13, a full touchdown does surpass you. What just happened? Did I miss something? Oh, was there a penalty? Oh my gosh, I missed that. Yep, there was a penalty. That's huge.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
All right, we'll see the completion of this drive. Oh my gosh, 3rd and 22. You know, again, like, we'll see how much space the Armadillos can catch up on. But they got rushed hard.
Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
B, wide open-ish, not really. Swatted down, 4th and 22. Where's the line of scrimmage? How far is this? Oh, this is doable. This is a doable field goal. Oh, but it's blocked! Oh my gosh!
They blocked my kicker.
Absolutely amazing by the Seahawks. Great job. That was awesome. Let's go ahead and go back to the Dragons-Brown game. See how they're doing. Wow.
I would have been at 3 touchdowns.
Straight up. Oh, did we just show up on halftime? What happened there? I wonder if there was some, like, timeouts or something. We'll keep an eye on them from the halftime perspective, but wow, the Seahawks needed that field goal block, and they got it. All right, here we go. We got kickoff, and
Blocked you?
thankfully for the Browns,
Oh, damn.
they are receiving here in the second half.
I'm up 21 zip.
Do you hear the streamers talking a little bit?
I was almost up.
Trying to keep them a little bit in the background. So, we do have the Browns on offense, 7-21. That's a pretty big spread right there, right? Like they need to score on this drive. They need to receive it again, or at least, you know, take it again back from the Dragons. Oh, here we go. Good read on the blocks there. That is going to give them another first down as they start their progress downfield to close this gap. We'll go ahead and turn up game volume here a little bit. Okay, a little bit of a loss there on that run.
No, bro.
Ooh, okay, here we go. Here's a pass. I honestly think that deep receiver that was just like center and to the right was pretty open. And there may be an opportunity there again. A little bit on the edges of the field. We'll see here. It does look like a potential deep bomb again. 3rd and 11. It's very tempting to do that. Okay, right there. Left outside. Ooh. Oh my gosh, not the interception the Browns needed right now. This might get... That went so far. Holy cow. The Rio de Janeiro Dragons showing up and not goofing around. I really like the helmet on these guys, actually. But yeah, he didn't even move. Look, he's just standing there. He's like, yeah, I'll catch that now. Oh my gosh. The Browns need to force a turnover immediately if they want to stay in this game. That's a good start, right? A little bit of tackle for a loss, 2nd and 11. There's still plenty of time, but really, like, there's time. But, like, the Browns have a 14-point deficit, right? Like, they need to be scoring touchdowns, and they need to not let the Dragons score any. Especially not even let them get in field goal range. Okay, not much open. A might be open, but the quarterback's kind of flailing right now. Probably a good idea by the Dragons to throw that away, as he was being chased by all the defenders right there. So far, a pretty good hold by the Browns. We'll see if they are able to continue it. Ooh. Just a little bit wide, but that was a good read. That player was very open. Okay, so likely field goal here, but maybe we'll see another block, kind of like the Seahawks got. Nope, and that is going to put the Rio de Janeiro Dragons up to 24-7, which is a really unfortunate spread, right, for the Browns. Just like, that's going to be tough to come back from if they want a chance and a shot at the Super Bowl, which will be held immediately following these conference championships. All right. He's going to bring it back to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, bro, I really didn't think he was going to do as well.
Just checking in here on the Seahawks Armadillos game. It does look like they're already in their 4th quarter, this game being about a full quarter or about a half a quarter ahead of the Rio de Janeiro Browns game. So we'll go ahead and pay them a little bit more attention as well, as we'll be able to come back to the Dragons Browns. All right, so right now we do have the Armadillos with possession. They're up on the board. We're in the last quarter. Oh, he needed to catch that. Oh my goodness. that was rough. Oh my gosh. I bet Navfather is not stoked about his player's performance right there. All right, we're getting a little bit of audio choppiness, but overall, going for the field goal. This is pretty far, right? We're talking 50-yard field goal, and the Seahawks have blocked one before. Here it goes.
And it's good.
And they got it. 16-7. So Armadillos are going to be kicking off to the Seahawks. That might have been. We'll see how the rest of this game progresses, but that right there might have just won the Armadillos the game. It's going to be tough to come back, especially with only 4.5 minutes left in the game. Now, both teams do have a full suite of timeouts. More important for the Seahawks, in my opinion, at this moment. Ooh. Use your hit stick right there. Didn't quite make it to the 20-yard line, unfortunately, for the Seahawks. All right. So I'd be curious here, like a run up the middle doesn't look too bad, honestly. Like, pretty big gap. We do have the player-controlled linebacker. Ooh, right there, that near one. Oh, man. I do find myself rooting for the underdog a lot, so right now I am pushing for the Seahawks to get going. Yeah, that kick was nuts, right, Hot Milkman? Hot Milkman being a person in the chat, not someone I'm talking to in real life. Oh, there we go. Go, 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 go. That's at least a first down. Good. Making that progress. What I expect to have happen in this game is, oh, look, we're no huddling. So we're going to have the Seahawks push downfield. They need to get a touchdown. Then they need to do an onside kick, because by the time they get a touchdown, I imagine that we're going to be around 2.5 minutes left, based on what I've seen in these games so far. Do an onside kick, recover the onside kick, and then get at least another touchdown, or at least another field goal. A field goal would do it, actually, yeah. So, push this down, get a touchdown, onside kick, recover, field goal. That's their best bet right now. Oh my gosh. And you know, that whole plan that I just discussed, getting an interception by the Armadillos was not part of it. Wow. That's huge. 5 interceptions? Is that what that commentator just said? That is insane. Oh, huge juke there by the player. Okay. Oh my gosh. Is this going to go all the way? It does! Armadillos score again. No kidding, they're closing in on a Super Bowl berth. If you guys can hear the commentators, at least. I'll turn it up a little bit so you guys can hear. 22-7, 3 minutes remaining. I don't know. The Seahawks are in a rough spot. That NFC Championship likely slipping through their grasp. Oh my gosh, a 2-point conversion. Good. Seahawks stuffed that down. Now that would have been huge, right? That is kind of one of those, like, let's end this once and for all. But also a little greedy in my opinion. Perfectly timed kick. Here it goes. Now, should probably touch back. Yeah, let's not play with it. Let's keep as much time as possible. That'll kill the time for a little bit and get them the opportunity to get downfield. Now, 15 points behind. 3 minutes remaining. Luckily, it is a video game, so a lot can happen very fast. But definitely at a disadvantage. And the Seahawks, I would imagine, are going to have to go for a little bit of higher risk, higher reward types plays as they finish this game out. And you see it here, right? Deep passes, but, you know, getting sacked. 2nd and 21, and you can see the defense, like, just spreading out. I think there was a chance there, actually. Just a little bit of bad luck on the defensive lineman's placement. Now, the problem here is, like, where they're at, even if the Seahawks end up having to punt, like, it's not going to go that far, right? It's still going to be around the 40, 50-yard line, and the Armadillos are going to be able to move it forward. Oh, my gosh. That's a moment where if I was the Seahawks player, I may need a new remote. I would be so frustrated. Oh, that's so frustrating. That was the play they needed, and he's going for it. Wait, is he punting? No, he's going for it. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Intercepted again. Oh my goodness. I think that seals the deal. You know, even if they turn over immediately, I don't think there's much that the Seahawks can do. And you can hear the game right now talking a little bit about the in-game stats. That player has 6 interceptions this game. Has been extremely dangerous now. He's getting taken down, but that's going to run down to the 2 minutes. It'll be a 2-minute warning. And what I imagine now what will happen is a whole lot of running and a whole lot of timeouts coming from the Seahawks. And we'll see if the Armadillos can get a first down and then probably just knee it until the game's out.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
I like it. I like the call.
3rd and 9.
Opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Oh my gosh. First down. Does look like the Seahawks are opting not to call timeouts. That might be a little bit of a tell on how the player is feeling right now.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll give to Kamara here on the option. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Alvin Kamara, 14 yards. And the Armadillos continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long, and they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like a Super Bowl.
Sorry. A little bit. Unfortunately, some fires I have to put out real briefly. But 29-7, like that, this game is effectively over. And I think we are going to see the Austin Armadillos being the championship of this conference.
End zone comes Johnson. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the right
All right.
wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to.
You can hear the commentators right now just ragging on this game. Now the Seahawks, oh my gosh, another interception! Oh, that is insult to injury at this point. Oh my gosh. That's intense. Okay, so I think it's fair to say Austin Armadillos are going to be taking the win here and being the NFC champions for this Madden series and going to the Super Bowl after the conclusion of these matches. So let's go ahead and bring up, oops, let me fix the audio here. Let's go ahead and bring up the Browns versus the Dragons, as they're still in the fourth quarter, but only a 10-point spread, and the Browns do have possession with a potential to score. Does get a first down. Can he shake this off? No. But down at the 10-yard line. Now, this is a game where there's a chance. Something can happen here. The Browns are definitely not out of it, and here we go. Touchdown. Touchdown, San Antonio Browns. But can they keep it going? If the kickoff, isn't an onside kick, isn't recovered, then the Rio Dragons are going to have a chance to just completely run down this clock, which only has, a minute and 11 seconds left. Who is going to be the AFC champions, the Browns or the Dragons? And right now we knew the Dragons were coming into this a little bit favored. 3 points ahead with possession coming their way. Now here comes the onside kick. Now we do have a timeout. And let's see how these players decide to navigate this.
Oh my God, dude. Flag. Oh
Did they
my
get
God,
it? Did they get it? Did they get it?
They didn't go to the field. They didn't go to the yard. Oh, dude, that was insane.
Whoa. All right. So it does look like the Dragons do have possession. There's still a minute and 11 seconds left. All right. Did get a first down. The clock is ticking a little bit. Oh, man. I'm just watching that time. That time just burn away. The Browns do have some timeouts and stuff. Definitely imagine they start using them, because they are not out of this game. The Browns are not out. And as we saw in the other game, which maybe we can have a final score here. No, they still got 10 seconds left. The Seahawks are still pushing. Another interception. But that's what I was going to bring up, right? Is that like we saw in this game with the Seattle Seahawks and the Austin Armadillos, these interceptions can have a huge impact.
Oh my God, I fucking fell. What the fuck?
And we do have the Dragons going down for a loss there with 2nd and 13. Interceptions do hurt. They hurt bad. Especially in a game like Madden when, like we were talking about earlier, you don't have a whole lot of time. These are very short quarters. And so every forced turnover has a huge impact. 21 seconds left. Right now, the Dragons are just trying to kill time. But they are at 3rd and 13. So they're going to get one play. Then there's going to be a timeout. That'll be their 4th down. What I wouldn't even be shocked doing is if, yeah, exactly this. Like, just run around. Just run around. So right now, the Browns should be calling timeout, like, immediately. Right? And then they need to do something about this 4th down. What I imagine they'll do is just try to, okay, so we do get a punt. That makes sense, but this has got to feel a little unnerving, right? This is Madden. This is a video game. Punt returns happen a lot more frequently than real life. So that was a good punt, though, and it does go out the back. So 10 seconds for the San Antonio Browns to potentially win the AFC Championship.
I got it. I sealed the deal with the pick. Yo, good fucking game, dog. Good game. That was a hell of a game, man.
So we do have an likely end of the game here. Yep. And that's it. 24-21. The Dragons take it. They are the AFC champions for this Madden League in Combat Tested Gaming. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to a quick break before we go into our final Super Bowl match of the night and for Combat Tested Gaming. So we'll be right back in just a few minutes. So don't go anywhere and you'll get the Super Bowl.
Hey, dude. 3 interceptions in the middle of the game, dude.
Yeah, well, I had three opportunities that didn't convert points.
right, so we do have some time until the Super Bowl finally kicks off, but I did just want to throw up this bracket for everyone as we're waiting and also show that off to the right there, you do have our teams, the Rio de Janeiro Dragons and the Austin Armadillos. Currently going through their drills that they have to do, right? In between games, the teams do actually have to train players and prepare for the next game. And so both of these teams are going through that right now, and it is something that you actually have to manually do to train your players. So we're just going to leave those up while they are going through and training their players and the bracket until we get set up for the Super Bowl. So stay tuned. We'll be coming back soon. I'll just leave you here with some of this bumping music in the background, and we'll wait until the game begins.
Vegas. I'm Brandon Gaudin. So excited to be here in Vegas for this Super Bowl, and CD, what an incredible ride.
All right, so here we go. We do have the Austin Armadillos and the Rio de Janeiro Dragons facing off, apparently in Vegas.
They never wavered. We saw them early in the year, and they told us, we think we've got something special brewing here. I don't know if you and I believed it at the time, but they've certainly been proven right.
Meanwhile, for our champions of the NFC, this was a battle of attrition this year. It was a tough road to get here, but now they feel...
All right, so we are watching from the perspective of the Austin Armadillos.
They've taken everyone's best shot this season, and they've withstood all of them.
Here, let me do something real quick. Let me turn this up. Let me turn this down. There we go. That way it's not just blaring in my headset. All right, so we do have the Dragons going on the offense, but it is a fumble right off the bat, but it is recovered. So it is a loss for 3 yards by the Dragons, but they do still have possession. But that is one way to set the tone as the Armadillos as they come in here and just make a statement with that first play.
You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
They go play action. Now Mahomes.
Ooh, wide open there on the left. Does go down, but that's going to be a gain. 3rd and 4. Definitely a good start. Definitely a good start. And what we saw, you know, last game, the Dragons did have a much closer game up against the Browns than the Armadillos did against the Seahawks. The Armadillos coming off of quite the confidence-building match against the Seahawks in their conference championship, where the Armadillos coming off of really tight play and coming off of the feeling of almost having lost the opportunity to be here. So we'll see how this goes. Also, a little bit of background. Both of these players have not played each other before. Armadillos on the field. That's right. Oh, and the Dragons are going to be getting a first down. So doing exactly what they're intending to do. A lot of short passes, a lot of gradual incremental movement downfield.
Pacheco gets it up the gut, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner using that size to force his way in there and make the stop behind the line.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
There we go. Adjusting just a little bit, making sure that that screen looks the way it's supposed to. A lot of adjustments when you're streaming off a team stream because it's like an internet browser window, so I just want to be careful, make sure it looks good. All right, so Dragons continuing on their offense. It's 3rd and 5 situation, 3 minutes remaining. Ooh, quick pass goes straight into the hands. Like, that almost looked like his hand slipped or something on the controller. Oh my gosh, another interception. So for the last game, if you weren't here for the game prior, the Armadillos had something like 8 interceptions during the previous game. And I'm shocked to see this happen again. Now, that is definitely unfortunate for the Dragons. Oh my goodness. You know, I'm not even sure who the intended target was. I kind of wish we had a small replay of that just because it happened. It snapped so fast. All right, here we go. Not really any gains there. Did actually end up going back 5 yards. It seemed like the Dragons were prepared. You see some shifts in the defense, some audibles being called. No one's really open. I guess you do have that middle screen, little dump, but that actually did better than I thought it would. Ends up catching them about 12 yards for the Armadillos. I do love screen passes. Screen passes in Madden are pretty good. All right, some more audibles being called. Ooh, good fake. There. Oh my gosh, not the receiver I was looking at. I was looking at the receiver with the the label of A over his head. He looked wide open. So 4th and 3. Where are they? The 40. I don't imagine we'll see a field goal. Oh yeah, no, we can see him doing this. Now the Armadillos actually had a really long field goal in the previous game, but this one's not going to be any good. And so this is going to give the Dragons a little bit of a heads up, or a little bit more improved field position as they're going into this next drive. So great to see both these teams, these very strong teams, holding each other to 0-0 so far, almost through the entirety of this first quarter.
Remember last time out, they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, one great way to judge.
Oh my gosh. Oh, and he still got rid of it. I thought he was going to throw it away. Does end up throwing for that screen. It's not even really a screen. That almost looked like just a running back that was available. Yeah, definitely not a screen. Just a little dump pass there, but does end up losing 4 yards. So, not really ideal. Now, the home team is having trouble with coverage, it appears like. So, there are some field things.
On second down, here's Mahomes.
Ooh, he's going deep. And an interception, another interception for the Armadillos. With some gain, I'm telling you, the defense of the Armadillos is really where they get their progress. We saw it last game. We're seeing it now. All right, here we go. Armadillos on the offense. 1 minute left in the first quarter. Ooh, good fake. Running back's wide open right there in the middle, but also here off to the right. Goes down, but not after getting to 5 yards away from first down. Ooh, quick snappy little screen there. Nice. Wide receiver making it past the first down. What I'm really liking seeing is what's easy to do when you play Madden as like a beginner. Like, these players are obviously pretty good. Is to just do the same plays over and over again, or go for really crazy plays. Wow, that was pretty wild. That was a super heavy right formation where he ends up running left and made a ton of distance on it. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. So 25% down with our Combat Tested Gaming League Super Bowl. Still 0-0.
The NFL on EA Sports continues right after this message.
All right, so we are back. We are at the top of the second quarter. Going for a pass here. Oh my gosh. That was a ridiculous catch. That was huge, actually. First and goal. I imagine, pending anything absolutely crazy, the Armadillos are going to be the first on board here. And if I remember right, the Dragons were with the first possession, right? So by the end of this second quarter, the Dragons really need to be either tied up or leading before they kick it back off to the Armadillos. And right now, the Armadillos, which are currently, the top seed. Oh, he's going to sneak it right in. Boom. Austin Armadillos touchdown. All right, that is huge for the Armadillos. See if there's a block here. Seahawks were able to get one. Nope. So that's going to go in 7-0. Dragons are going to be receiving. They still have a whole quarter to at least tie this up. So I feel like if they tie this up, then they'll be okay. But if they throw another interception, which there's been 2 already, then I'll be a little bit more concerned. Like, the Dragons need to do everything they can to prevent forced turnovers, which sounds really, really obvious. And it really is no explanation even beyond that. It is kind of really obvious. But they're pretty behind with the turnover and this touchdown from the Armadillos and just how quickly these quarters go. By the way, for those of you watching, we are watching the streams of two of our Madden players. We are watching NavFather13, and then we also have the stream from Show 'em No Love, and this is the Dragons player, and NavFather is our Armadillos player. So go ahead and give them a follow. Show them some love. They're both veterans, good, big members in the community. And that right there is a good run by the Dragons. Exactly what they need to do. I feel like with a good drive, starting at that 20-yard line, they can kill this entire quarter's clock, just walking and incrementally moving the ball forward for the entirety of the quarter. That's really the best case scenario.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Oh my gosh, he goes right down. I saw that player blitzing, and I was like, oh my gosh, here goes the quarterback. But no, the handoff did get off, and I was wondering if they were going to make it pass, but nope. Ends up getting stuffed right there. Yeah, even the in-game commentators are talking about the defense of the Armadillos. Defense wins championships. All right, a couple audibles going on here from the Dragons.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes.
Ooh, not really open. Oh, but he does get the catch. That's huge. That is huge. Gets that first down, gets all the way downfield, and most importantly, doesn't end up in the hands of this player. Watch this ball. Watch the path of this ball. It's going to go straight over that defender. I feel like with a quick player switch to that character, that interception was definitely very likely. Very risky play there by the Dragons, but it did pay off. So, potential delay of game here. Only 5 seconds remaining on the snap clock. Okay, cool. So here we go. Oh my gosh, he's going to get a sack. After that huge gain, gets pushed all the way back 12 additional yards. And we do have a timeout. This game is absolutely intense. And halfway through the second quarter, we are still sitting at the Armadillos with 7 over the Dragons of 0. But the Dragons do have possession now. It is 2nd and 22, but that's not insurmountable. It's really not. Madden football is not the same as real football, but it is a little bit more swingy. So we do have a shotgun formation here. I would expect probably a blitz if I were to guess. That's kind of how the Armadillos generally play against this, at least what I saw last game. And so this needs to be a little bit more quick and snappy than what I expect he's trying to do. Oh, so he's a little out of pocket. He does throw it away, right? That's what I was talking about. Like in these shotgun formations, the Armadillos tend to be very aggressive, at least what we saw when they played the Seahawks. Now, 3rd and 22nd, this is a little tricky. Definitely don't want the interception on this side of the field. I wouldn't be shocked if it was a shorter pass right there on the right side. Oh my gosh, even better. Oh, here he goes. At the 30, finally does go down. That was huge. And that clock is still ticking. So we have this opportunity, this chance where the Dragons are just wasting as much time as possible, but continuing to make their progress. And they needed that play. If they didn't get that play, that was going to be a punt. And they would have had to really rely on their defense for a turnover. This is good stuff. Now they just need to prevent an interception. Now the defense is coming up a little bit closer here. Not sure if they're necessarily rocking a man formation or not, but there might be an opportunity to dump something over. Does end up going for the run. Oh! Player-controlled players end up taking down the Dragons running back. Now that was for a gain of 6 yards. Oh man, I am just staring at that clock. I'm just staring at it. The Dragons have such an opportunity here if they can score and just prevent the Armadillos from doing anything for the rest of this quarter. I think that we are going into a second half that is anybody's game. But the Dragons need to score here.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22.
Oh my gosh. Oh, and he completes it. Oh, and a little bit of a slit by the Armadillos player. Switches and misses the tackle, but you could also see the aggression. Like that was a full like let's get the sack, or we're gonna pay for it, and they paid for it. The Dragons just barely avoided that defensive pressure and somehow got that shot off. That was great. That was a great pass. Okay, so here we go again. I wouldn't be shocked if we saw a run. Yeah, so like right up the middle, I think that's a good play, honestly. It doesn't really go anywhere. You gain 1 yard, but we need to start bringing the, you know, if I were this player, I'd want to start bringing this defense in a little bit tighter, right? Like they're getting a little comfortable, paying attention to the passing plays and getting a little bit comfortable blitzing my quarterback. I'd want them to start worrying about my running back again as a threat on the ground. And not to mention the clock, right? That's why we're not seeing him snap the ball. No need. Just count it down. All right, here comes the snap. Fake run. Oh my gosh, on the left side. Not anymore. All right, is he going to throw it away? He does. So that's going to, unfortunately, you know, kill the clock. 3rd and 9. Honestly, I kind of feel like, I don't know. You know, these 3rd down red zone calls are really interesting to me. Because there's always the risk of the interception if you try to like go for the touchdown. He's also trying to weigh down the clock. Let's see what he ends up doing. I mean, the clock's not ticking right now, so he can just snap whenever. Oh, gosh. Still more pressure. He throws it away again. So what we might end up seeing here is a field goal. And that's painful, in my opinion. The Dragons really needed to score a touchdown here. Now, a field goal is obviously still points on the board, but the touchdown was something that they really needed. So they get the field goal. They need to make this. And then they need to hold the Armadillos back after this kickoff. Now, what I'm curious about is see how aggressive this player is. Okay, so it is a legit kickoff. Okay, just boots it back. He does go for it. I'm not surprised here. He doesn't have a whole lot of time. That's fine. Gets to right about the 20-yard line. And now the Dragons, the pressure's really on them, right? You know, there's only 54 seconds left. I would imagine some deeper bombs, right? The risk is pretty low. If, for some weird reason, the Dragons are able to get like an interception or something here, though, that would be enormous. All right, huge pass there. Absolutely huge, which is unfortunate. You know, that puts them on the 41. And just, you know, not much farther with plenty of time is going to put them in field goal range. Here comes that screen. Yep, every time. Oh, the huge juke right there is going to give him the first down. That is enormous. And we're getting into the range of, like, Madden video game field goal range. So, like, if he just dumps it right here, boom, I would say, you know, it's dangerous to the point where he can just do a quick little run, pull a timeout, and get a field goal. And that'll put the Armadillos firmly in the lead, where there's going to be some serious need for forced turnovers for the Dragons to come back.
Now 2nd and 3. Prescott. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Now a signal and a timeout call. As it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
Yep, field goal time.
First down. Here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime.
Absolutely huge for the Armadillos.
Absolutely perfect.
This is a problem for the Dragons, right? And you know, we can't count on the Dragons getting like a full return right now. Take about a few seconds just for them to get the catch. Probably a touchback. One big play. Oh, a little squib kick. It's gonna kill some more time. Okay, they're gonna get out there. They're gonna do one big old Hail Mary. It would be really cool for the Dragons if they could capitalize off it, but not really something we can count on. So we'll see what ends up happening. I imagine it's just going to be a deep pass. See, I'm kind of surprised the Armadillos aren't even farther back. Okay, so they definitely want to put on the pressure, which I think is a good idea. It's been working. Big pass going deep and nothing. That's going to be the end of the half. I don't think that that's a huge surprise there for kind of the Hail Mary aspect of it, but this is what we're going to see the Dragons kicking off to the Armadillos again as we go into the third quarter. And that's what really hurts, right? The Armadillos scoring, getting above in that scoreboard, and then receiving the kickoff again. So Dragons not feeling great. Armadillos in a great spot. We'll go ahead and see how this next half plays out and who ends up being the Combat Tested Gaming Madden Super Bowl champion. Also, just another reminder, right? Like, if you are a veteran or active duty service member, you can join in on the next season of the Madden season for completely free, right? Just join the Discord, let them know that you're interested. There's a whole website and everything, and you can join on up. I think this season, I might be wrong, but I think of like the 32 teams, half of them were human players. Now, obviously, there's some computer generation in there just to fill out the teams for the season, but they play a legitimate Madden 2024 season. So, definitely seeking to fill that completely up. All right, here we go. Here is the kickoff. He's going to be booting it down. He does opt to... Okay, I was kind of curious there, but he does decide to just go for the touchback. All right, last time we saw this formation, it was a run to the left. All right, happens again. Does get shoved down. All right, so we are seeing a little bit of repetitiveness in the offensive nature, but that's fine because the last time that play was ran, it went stupid far.
Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
I love the in-game commentators. They're all over it.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Prescott now.
Oh, great pass. Nice little juke to the side. Gets another couple yards, which does give him the first down. This feels bad. This feels bad for the Dragons. Armadillos are making great progress here with just their first couple of plays after receiving that kickoff.
Making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in the open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there.
All right, again, last time it was a run to the left. Let's see if that happens. Do see some audibles. Yep, run to the left. Oh, does break past that containment. Now we do have a little bit of a player juke there. just barely gets that first down. That run play is pretty awesome. Seems to be keeping with this formation. It does force a lot of the defenders up and close to the line.
First down, and it's Pollard again.
Oh my goodness, what a dirty juke. He is going so far. That run made it way farther than it had any right to. Great play by the Armadillos. That was a good job by Napfather making that happen.
How about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll get this out to Kamara.
Player got wrecked.
Will go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
But right now, like they're in a position where the Armadillos are going to score more.
They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field.
The Dragons really need a sack. They really need a tackle for loss or a fumble.
A minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And they're going to speed things up here. 3rd and short yardage. Prescott.
Oh! I thought that was going to be an option for an interception, but it does turn out to be an Armadillo touchdown, bringing this game to, I think, what, 17-3? 16-3. We do have the extra point kick coming.
Executed to give him a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it's in the center of the ring or
Here we go, right down the middle. Uh-oh, a little bit of buffering required there. And that is good. So that does bring it to a 17-3 score. And now it's going to be kicked off to the Dragons. Now the Dragons need to make a lot more progress on defense. I feel like the Dragons offense is pretty good. It's just a couple interceptions that really screwed up the first half. So here we go. Does opt for the return. Looking downfield, I don't think they're going to get too much farther than the 20. Does end up getting to the 21 before going down.
Negative there of 4 yards.
And now we'll see. Now we'll see what the Dragons can do.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
I can only imagine the banter that's going on between these two players as well. I'm pretty sure that they're in voice chat with each other. Here we go, nice little dump pass to the left. Perfect! Does break that first tackle, which gives him an additional about 8 yards. So solid first down. This is what I'm talking about. The Dragons, there's good thinking here on the offensive plays that are being called and executed. There was just a couple interceptions that puts us in the boat that we're in, one of which I have no idea what even happened. I'd love to talk to them after the game. Oh, here we go. Another great pass to the far right. These passes definitely helping with like the quick snappiness of getting around the defensive pressure that we've been seeing on the line, right? And like the blitz activity that's been coming from the Armadillos.
he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was
Oh, I thought that was a fake. I got faked by the truth there.
Get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Makes sense though. I mean, they only had a 1 yard requirement there to get to that first down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Oh my goodness. If that would have been another interception for the Armadillos, I would have lost it. But that's the kind of stuff that we need to watch out for. It's those exact issues that have the scoreboard the way it is right now for the Dragons.
Boy, a call like this certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go.
All right, this is a really tight formation. Imagine it's going to be Just a tough run to either like the off right or off left. Okay, so it's going to the off right. Ooh. Doesn't quite make it. I felt like not really following the blockers there. I felt like there was a hole that was being blown open by like that pulled tackle.
And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field.
Yo, was that fourth down? Oh my goodness, I did not realize that. That's actually huge bummer. I would have much preferred the Dragons punt that. Yes, here we go, Dragons. There we go. Okay. So things are starting to even up a little bit. Dragons get an interception. That makes up a little bit for that last drive. So we're pretty much right back to where we were. Oh, here we go. This is going to get places. Okay, big block there. Continuing downfield. Goes all the way, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Rio de Janeiro Dragons. Huge, huge play. Oh, my gosh. We've got ourselves a game, ladies and gentlemen. I imagine Rio de Janeiro is going to kind of kick up an extra point, and that's going to bring them within one touchdown of tying up with the Armadillos. Now, we do need to see a defensive drive similar to their last one where they got that interception. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Someone pick it up. How in the world was that blocked? I would love to be a fly on the wall and show them no love and Navy Father's voice chat right now. I bet they are screaming at each other. All right. A little bit of a weaker kick there, but does... Oh my gosh, a fumble. Does he... Oh my gosh. I could have swore that the Dragons were going to pick up that fumble. I'm at the edge of my seat. I am losing my mind over this game right now. This is more fun than I've had watching a real football game in quite a while. See, watch. That ball just gets knocked right out. Okay, anyway, here we go. Armadillo's offense. Usually a couple run pass, usually like a quick little throw. Oh my gosh. That was so close to being a sack. Okay, the Dragons have really picked up their momentum here. I think we're starting to see them come into their own for the first time over about the past 30 seconds of game time. So let's see if they can keep it up. Okay, a lot of pressure coming in. Going deep. Whoo, that was close. Ended up being knocked out by the defender. That wasn't just a missed pass. Like, that was the defender having to take some action there. Okay, 3rd and 10. Going for a big pass. Oh my gosh, I thought that was going to be intercepted. We've had a potential fumble recovery, a potential interception. Both go missed, both of which would have been huge for the Dragons. But the Dragons did shut down that drive, and that is exactly what they needed here at the end of this 3rd quarter. That was a pretty short punt, too. We might get a decent return. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Not as dramatic as I was making it sound, but we did have a player tackle miss. So, here we go. Dragons sitting on their 46. And there is plenty of time to make a comeback here. 8 points down. Now, that is really unfortunate. The fact that that extra point kick was blocked, I wouldn't be shocked if that became a factor in the final score of this game. Wow, really dropping back far. Does get a nice shot off there to the left. Great juke. 2nd and inches. Here we go. We're feeling the momentum build for the Dragons.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now you got to the check down, a nice safe throw.
All right, here we go. 2nd and inches. Wouldn't be shocked if this was just a run right up the middle. Boop, right up the middle. Told you. Nice. Gets the first down. Exactly what he needs. We've seen that from the Dragons a few times. Definitely not afraid to just ram the ball right into the defense. So end of quarter. 1 quarter remaining. And you saw there the highest scoring quarter so far has been 10 points. So the Dragons need to score a high scoring quarter in this 4th quarter, or they are going to lose the first Super Bowl of the Combat Tested Gaming League. For all the glory here. Here we go. Takes a run right up the middle. As we were just saying, not afraid to get some contact here. Oh, here we go. Yeah, we got some players. Artificial players fighting each other on the field. Okay. 2nd and 7. This isn't the time to really run down the clock either, in my opinion. I feel like the Dragons need to like score quickly and then regain possession, then start playing clock tricks. Here we go. Is it going to go all the way? He does shrug off that one tackle, and it's brought down just inside the 10-yard line. Fantastic. That is exactly what the Dragons need to do. They cannot waste time on this drive. They need to get into that touchdown as fast as possible. Ideally go for an extra point. I'm worried that they're going to go for a 2-point conversion. And I'm kind of curious about the thoughts on that. And with how tight both of these players play, I wonder what the feasibility on accomplishing that would be. But first thing first, needs to score a touchdown. Slings it onto the outside, does score a touchdown. Rio de Janeiro Dragons bring it to the score from 17 to 15. Oh, even the commentators in the game are talking about a potential 2-point conversion. I personally wouldn't. I'm not really an expert. They're gonna do it. I guess what's there to lose, right? I'm sure like if it was a longer game, might make some sense. And what is there to gain is quite a lot. Whether it's a 1 point or 2 points, whether it fails or doesn't, it's still within field goal range. Oh my gosh, an interception. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, so what does that mean for the Dragons, right? So that means for the Dragons that they're still within field goal range of being ahead. It also means that even if the Armadillos get a field goal, that a touchdown will still put them in the lead if they return with one. Oh my gosh. That made it way too far. But either way, here we are, 17-15, Armadillos with possession.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the tension ratcheting up all around. A one-score game.
Oh my gosh. Offensive players like bouncing all up into each other right there.
Potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Randy, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
And this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. Let me tell you, if you're running...
All right, that's huge. 3rd and 7. What we've been seeing during a lot of these 3rd down plays is some longer passes. And I wouldn't be shocked to see it.
Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Here we go. Probably gonna hit the B. Oh my gosh, that's huge. Oh no, is that going to be a touchdown? It is a touchdown. Austin Armadillos bring the score 23-15. And this is where not having that extra point matters, right? Because now if they get an extra point here, it's going to be 24. And that's going to put them 9 points ahead of the Dragons, which is at least 2. Oh my gosh, they miss. Holy cow, that's huge. Okay, so what that means is that still allows the Dragons to be within a touchdown and 2-point conversion, right? So like one big scoring event from tying the game, which is a pretty big deal. This has been such a absolutely crazy game. All right, doesn't even quite make it to the 20.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we're at the time in this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly.
Oh my gosh, that was scary. You know, they're only on the 14-yard line. I'd kind of like them. Yo, what's up, Trader Vix? Welcome to the chat. It's going. You're catching the end of the Combat Tested Gaming Super Bowl. We have the Austin Armadillos against the Rio de Janeiro Dragons. It's been a fantastic game so far. But right now with, you know, on the 14, I almost want him to run a little bit just to get a little bit downfield because of this exact situation. Awesome. Well, it's great to have you through the VFW. Thanks for joining, Trader Vix. Make sure you join the Discord channel as well. And if you game, any game, not just Madden, we have many leagues, make it known, right? There's definitely opportunities to join. And if you're not a gamer, well, thanks for hanging out. There's plenty to talk about and meet as well. All right, so 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and also 3rd and 21, with a potential for a safety. I wouldn't be shocked if the Armadillos just laid the pressure on, but the Dragons did get out of it. Still 4th and 7, though. I'm trying to think what I would do, and honestly, I think right now it's the time to go big, honestly. Oh, man, they're only on the 16, though. Maybe a punt does make sense. Punt. Try to use your superior defense. Pretty big, pretty decent return. Already on the Dragon side of the field. Yeah, I know, right? Trader Vic saying that you don't need, the graphics are so good here, you may not even need real football. Yeah, sports in the future is just going to be a bunch of computer simulations that we watch with really high graphics. All right, a little bit of a missed pass attempt there. You know, I think the in-game commentator is saying exactly what I was going to say, was that, like, right now, you don't want to push anything into the coverage or the defenders here, right? You just want to run stuff out. The game is the Armadillos. If they could just slow everything down, like don't even snap the ball right now. Like wait 30 seconds, wait for the 2-minute drill. Like you're good to go. All right, so we're gonna go into the 2-minute warning. Likely. I don't know what's going on here. There it is. 8-point spread here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Not totally home. This is going to be pretty tough. Pretty tough for the Rio de Janeiro Dragons to come back from. Need a fumble or something. Need to like try to strip that ball when they have the contacts like that. Any little thing that we can do. Because we are under 2 minutes here, ladies and gentlemen. And we are about to crown Combat Tested Gaming League's Super Bowl champion. And we do have a lot of timeouts available, especially for the Dragons. They've got all 3. So I wouldn't be shocked if we started seeing those getting spammed. Probably looking deep. Nope. Oh my goodness, another 1st down. That's huge. This Armadillo team seemingly unstoppable right now.
They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
Prescott here to throw.
Nice short pass. Doesn't really gain anything. Timeout starting to get spammed. No. We did have an injury on the Armadillos team, but I think we're at a point where it's not going to matter much. Like right now, what the Dragons need is they need like an interception, like a pick six, right? And then a 2-point conversion to tie it up. And then like an onside kick and field goal, all within like the next 60 seconds. Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh, did he just injure Prescott? Hold on here. Quarterback may be down. Yeah. And so looking for these passes, different quarterback. We'll see if it feels different. If it opens up the chance for interceptions. Not with these short little screens, though. Oh, my gosh. Player juke. Another first down. 1 minute left. That's going to be the last time out. It is not feeling good for our Rio de Janeiro Dragons here, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like the Austin Armadillos are about to secure this victory.
It's first and goal and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
Audibles on both sides. Fake down the middle. Looking deep. Interception from the Dragons. How far can you take it? Okay, so it does go down. It's going to bring it out to the 20. Okay, so this game is far from over now. All of a sudden, that is exactly what the Dragons needed. And the Armadillos, quarterback is down for the count for a bit. And this is exactly what I was talking about. Quarterback gets injured. Second string quarterback comes in. Looks for that last touchdown. A little unnecessarily, in my opinion. I think that the Armadillos could have just really, killed the clock as much as possible. But now the Dragons have a chance for a full comeback. Going deep. Oh, my gosh. It connected. He does have one timeout left. 49 seconds remaining. This is huge. This is absolutely huge. Now, even if he does score, he's going to need to complete a 2-point conversion to tie up this game and to go into overtime. Got audibles coming by both teams. Now, he went from a full spread shotgun formation, tightened it up a little bit. I think this is going to increase the pressure here. The pocket hasn't collapsed, goes outside. Okay, so timeout. So that's his last timeout. We got 11 seconds remaining. This is huge. This is going to be the play that needs to be a touchdown. What is your trick play, right? This is pull out the double reverse pass from the offensive lineman to the coach, and then the whole time it was up someone's shirt kind of play.
But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Mahomes.
All right, he throws it out. So, killing the clock.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking
Let's see what they do here.
2x2 inch ones that you can buy in addition to the pencil.
And those last for a long time.
Going deep. Hail Mary. Oh my gosh! I thought he caught it. Oh, incomplete pass. 3 seconds remaining. 4th and 4. He's got to do the same thing again. But this time put a little bit more air underneath it. And maybe flip the sides. I don't know. Here it is. The last play of the game, ladies and gentlemen. It goes up but into coverage, and it's dropped. And that is going to be a Super Bowl victory for the Austin Armadillos. 23-15 to the Rio de Janeiro Dragons. Absolute craziness. Congratulations to NavFather13 and all the work that you put towards this season. Congratulations to the Rio de Janeiro Dragons for being conference champions. This has been a good night of Madden football and an awesome night for Combat Tested Gaming. All right, as they bring that trophy up, just want to remind everyone, this has been hosted by Combat Tested Gaming, the VFW and KC Crew's combined effort to bring veterans and active duty service members together to play games, help each other out, and overall just have a good time and build a community of combat tested warriors. So please don't hesitate. If you are a veteran or an active duty service member or no one, join the Discord. We have signups coming up for the next season of the Madden League in Combat Tested Gaming very shortly. And there's also opportunities to join Call of Duty as well as Rocket League. There are tons of opportunities to be involved. And, well, anyway, thanks again for everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I know that the players really enjoyed. And congratulations to the Austin Armadillos and Navfather 13. Great gameplay by Show 'em Some Love and the Rio de Janeiro Dragons. And everyone, have a wonderful night and have a great rest of your weekend.